Hello there, welcome to Disney Parks Addict and the first episode of our new series, Best and Worst. For each episode, I'll be inviting another YouTuber to discuss our favourite and least favourite choices on a particular topic. This week, the topic is Disneyland Paris Attractions, and I have invited Parallel Disney to share his choices. A link to his channel is in the description box below, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello everyone, and thank you very much Disney Parks Addicts for letting me be a part of this series on your channel. I am Parallel Disney, and my main focus is showing differences between attractions. This includes the differences between an attraction that is located at two separate parks or more, as well as what has changed to an attraction between refurbishments or updates.
Thanks for coming on. Please do check out his channel as he produces some great videos about the history of Disney park attractions. So, Parallel Disney, what is the best attraction at Disneyland Paris?
My favorite attraction at Disneyland Paris is Phantom Manor. Elements that make a standout attraction for me include some of the following: uniqueness, wonder, and adventure. There are some uniqueness points that are lost due to the similarities between the other Haunted Mansion style attractions. But so much of the scenes as well as the atmosphere has been changed, it almost feels like a whole new experience. The mansion is completely unique. The story now focuses on a bride as well as the Phantom. The graveyard scene has been completely redone. The legendary voice of the ghost host Paul Frees is now done by another legendary person, Ratigan himself, the legendary Vincent Price. All of this and others lend to a much darker, creepier tone. Speaking of the tone, the creepy factor has been dialed up to 11 on this one, and boy do I like it. This more creepy element helps with the wonder factor. I get so immersed in some of the elements that I'm seeing, I'm starting to develop these thoughts on what's going on, why are things like this, and I'm no longer concerned with the fact that I'm actually in a theme park. All of this is accomplished by the great set design, the characters, as well as the sound design. It's fairly hard for rides to pull this off, but when they do, they're grade A, or E. Next up is sense of adventure. What I mean is I want it to feel like you're the one going through this experience, that it's all about you, and you're not just watching on as a third party. This attraction actually does this fairly well. Some of this is lost at the start, how you're kind of being narrated through your journey at the start, but once you're on the ride, that goes away. Once on the ride, I feel like I'm this traveler, and I've stumbled across this awesome mansion, and even though it's kind of creepy, I want to see more, so I travel deeper within. As awesome as many of the other attractions are at Disneyland Paris, none of them really come close with these three elements.
That's a great choice. I love that Phantom Manor has a more unique backstory rather than a carbon copy of the original Haunted Mansion, and it definitely has more scares than its American counterparts. For me, the best attraction in Disneyland Paris is Hyperspace Mountain. It was already the best iteration of Space Mountain when it was added to the park in 1995 due to its launch, 3 inversions, and overall design of the ride's exterior. As a Star Wars fan, I was hyped that it was getting a Star Wars overlay in 2017, as I really do think it adds to the fun factor of the attraction. It includes projections, a new soundtrack, a cool little backstory, a cameo by Admiral Akbar, and the chance to shoot at a Star Destroyer. Unfortunately, there isn't much more time to ride Hyperspace Mountain, as it will be returning to the previous Jules Verne themed Space Mountain Mission 2 later this year. I presume this is because Disneyland Paris is planning to add their own Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in the near future. Even when the attraction returns to Space Mountain Mission 2, it will still be the best version of all the Space Mountains, and will remain the best ride in Disneyland Paris. So, Phantom Manor and Hyperspace Mountain are our favourite attractions in Disneyland Paris. Let's hear what Parallel Disney has for his worst attraction.
As for the worst attraction, I am probably going to have to go with Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast. So first up, I'd like to say I didn't want to go with anything like the carousel or teacups or, rides like that that are outdoors and pretty much have next to no theming outside of the ride vehicle. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at those 3 things I mentioned between uniqueness, wonder, and adventure. A Buzz Lightyear shooting attraction is a dime a dozen when it comes to the theme parks. At one point, every Disney resort had a Buzz Lightyear laser gun game. The Hong Kong one just happens to currently be reskinned as an Ant-Man attraction. They do have their odd, unique elements, but not enough to really make it worth anything. For Wonder, there are some highlights. The Buzz Lightyear animatronic in the queue is pretty fantastic, along with the few that are in the attraction itself, and even Zurg is pretty cool. However, when you look beyond these couple of animatronics, the bulk of the ride feels like a lot of cardboard cutouts. Although they do a fairly good job of making everything seem like a made-up scenario in a kid's head, seeing how some of the invaders are just other toys, and Zurg's weapons are a bunch of fireworks, this theming and design is just not enough to beat out anything else in the park. For the adventure category, not all is lost. There is a bare-bones story about saving the little green men from the hordes of Zurg's robots stealing all their batteries, or crystallic fusion cells. But some immersion is lost, seeing how everything has a target painted on it, and there's an actual running score. Overall, Buzz Lightyear does a good job at being a fairly cheap but fun enough attraction. Of course, these are my opinions, and I'm just as wrong as the next guy.
I definitely agree that Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast is a fun attraction, but it was a cheap addition to the park and could have been more original. For my worst attraction, I have chosen It's a Small World. This choice may gain a few dislikes, and I get it. It's a Disney Parks classic. It's cute, everybody can ride it, and sing along to the catchy tune. But if I had the choice to ride any other attraction in the park, It's a Small World wouldn't even come close. The only reason I would ride this would to kill some time if I'm waiting for a show or a dining reservation. If it had a wait time of over 10 minutes, I would rather go and get lost in the nearby Alice's Curious Labyrinth, or get spun round 1,000 times on the Mad Hatter's teacups. It does have a little originality with its facade and a North American section within the ride. This isn't enough to elevate it from the worst attraction title. So there you have it, Buzz Lightyear, Laser Blast, and It's a Small World are the worst attractions at Disneyland Paris. We have given you fair warning before you decide to ride these attractions. Thanks to Parallel Disney for joining us on this first episode of the Best and Worst series.
Thanks for hearing me out, and if you wouldn't mind, please give my channel a look.
I hope you can go and check out his channel, and if you have enjoyed this video and want to see more in this series, please go ahead and hit that like button, as it really helps us out. If you are planning your next Disney vacation, check out this next video where I saved over $1,500 by using 5 simple tips. I'll see you next time on Disney Parks Addict. Thanks for watching.